So let's go through. We've got one of that style that we'll look at. Now you can see with this particular style, the ribbon is helical, if you like. It's not circles, but it actually wraps around in a screw fashion, a bit like the sort of hose pipes that you get for, drying machines and so forth, tumble dryers. And then we've got, let me just flick over, we've got this one. Now you can see with this one, they just go straight across. They don't go around. I'll explain why later on. And then we'll go on to our blank one. So the first thing I want to look at is this first one here, as to how we create that. So let's look at a basic thing for the moment. The simplest way of creating it, I suppose, in one sense, is to, let's go back, finish that sketch a moment. And if we create a coil, and we'll create it on that face there. Now again, as usual, dimensions and constraints I don't bother with, because I'm trying to show you the principle of operation. So that adjusts the link, but we want more than that link in there. So the revolutions, now I'm just going to put in 15 to get us going. Right. So imagine that's our coil, and what we can do now is we can create another sketch. We want to go on the bottom plane again. And draw a circle there, then extrude that sketch. And go into join mode, and you can see how you start to create a piece of conduit piping, if you like, a flexible piece of pipe. Now there's a couple of problems with this, because you can't go around corners. The coil command will only produce a coil that goes straight, and as I say, I'm not going to do it now, but you can see you can easily cut off these bits at the bottom and the top if you want to, because you've cut those off by capping them with simulation caps, as it were. But you can't go around the corner with it. That's as much as you can do. So what I want to look at is a method of going around the corner that may introduce a new command to you you're not familiar with, that may help with other things. So what we're going to do first of all is create a sketch. I'm going to create a sketch, and we're going to put a circle of, sorry, wrong angle. Let me create a sketch on that top one. And I want to put in, first of all, the shape I'm going to do. So I want to do it along these lines, and I'm going to use the 3-point arc. Let me zoom in a bit for you. And the 3-point arc is going to be there. Now, if you notice, on that point there, when I go up to a certain level, it goes blue. See the joining point with a little blue square on it? See if I can zoom in a bit more. Now, when it's like that, the curve and the straight line are not tangential. So as a result, what we're going to do won't work, because it won't treat it as one line. You have to make sure the curve is tangential by bringing it up like that. Okay? So that's the curve we're going to take for the pipe that we want to do. Now the next stage is to create the diameter of the pipe that we're going to do. So we go back into sketch, and this time we're going to go on the base plate, as it were, and we're going to do a circle. So again, that's the diameter of the pipe. And then I'm going to do a small little line just out here. It really doesn't matter how long this line is, because you'll see in a moment we're using it to generate something with. Looks a little line, not a circle. Change the command. Like so. So that's what we've now got. Okay. Now what we're going to do is whoops, get some resemblance of order here. We want to create now the template that we're going to use, because what we have to do is to create a spiral, if you like a helter-skelter, that follows this line up and across the curve. So what we're going to do is this. Now the sweep command won't do it, because the sweep command only allows us to sweep along a path. What we want to do is to sweep and twist at the same time, and then use that path as a path for something else. All will become clear, I hope, as we go through it. So what we're going to do here now is we're going to move now into the surface command instead, and use the sweep command in there. Okay? And then we're going to choose the profile, which is that line. Okay? Then we're going to choose the path, which is that one. And you can see what it does. Okay? Now what we now do is over here, I'll just bring this over so we can see, you've got a twist angle. Now if we do 360, where's it gone? I've lost it again. Oh, there it is. Oh no. See, it's twisted round. Now we want several of them. So rather than trying to work it out 360 degrees, we'll make it twist round once. Now to get several twists, then we multiply that 360 by the number of twists we want. You can multiply it and write in the big figure, but the easiest way is just to say 10 times. You follow that? So it's 360 degrees is once round, 10 times means we're going 10 times round. So I'll leave it at that. Now you would want more than that, but I'm leaving it that wide so we can see what's happening as we carry on with the design. And click on it. So that's what we end up with looking like. Now I really should have brought that right to the end. So let's go back and then now, if I want to edit the feature, go down on the timeline, right click and edit feature. And then let's just bring that round a bit more so we're getting at the end, okay? And that's how you can edit a feature that you've done way back in the timeline. Just right click on it and choose edit feature, alter it and resave it, okay? Now we can't do much with that, but what we want to do now is use this inner line, see the inner black line that we've highlighted there, as our profile for our next command. So what we're going to do is go back into solid, and we go into sketch, and we want to, and the sketch we're working on is this face sketch, the front, if you like, the same one that we drew the line on, which is that one. And then what we're going to do now is to go into create and project and include 3D geometry. And what we do now is select the geometry. So we select that one, and it's gone purple. You can just about see it. And we need to check at the top to make sure it's gone all the way along. No, it hasn't, it's only gone to there. So what you need to do is just, without doing it, just click again to add the other half to it. So we go there, click on there, and then we got the full half. If we go up to bodies, and we remove that one, you can see now, we now have a path. Now that's going to be the path of the ribbed bit that we're going to do. So the answer then is to finish the sketch. And then we have to draw our little circle, if it's a word, the template, the profile that we're going to take along that path. Now we have to create that on the path. So what we do then is go to construct, and we plane along the path. And we put the plane on the path there. Now the plane is there where we click the button. But if we draw our template there, it will start from there. We want it to start from there. So you just go up to the distance in this box and just put 0 in there. And that will move you back to the start. Next stage now is to sketch on that plane. So it's sketch on that plane. Otherwise, I've lost the plane. Right, there it is. And we're going to draw, again, whatever size you want. If we're doing the hose pipes, it's going to be something like 0.5 millimeter. Now we can use this normal sweep command again. And we can, the profile is going to be that one. And the path is going to be that one. And the body will now we've got an error because it says the body will intersect itself. Now what that means is that up here, at this end here, the body's going to cause a problem. So we need to get this out the way, because you can see there the body will, going along there, will clash with the body there, and Fusion doesn't like that. So we'll go back to the edit, which was, I think it was that one, wasn't it? Edit feature, yeah. No, wrong feature. It would be, is it that one? Let me just, whoops, edit feature. I thought it was that one. Yeah. It's twisted round on itself, it does, for some reason. Rather than mess about trying to solve that, I'll just stop it there, just to show you, carry on with the principle. I'll whip back to the one that I've done, which is that one. And if we go back, you can see what I've done here. And again, I'll switch on sketches might be going. So there you can see now what I've done, as you big a curve I did that time. And there's that one in there then. So if we go in, edit that, just so you can see what it is. You can see on that one the difference where I took it all the way round on a wider curve. Because what you end up doing is that when you get these two close together, it gets very awkward. And it sort of wants to cut over itself, and then you get the errors coming up. And then we put the extra ones on down here. And then when you follow it through, you get that effect. And then all I did then was to fill it in, is as I did on the coil, is I draw a circle at the bottom, and then sweep that circle with the normal sweep command along the original curve. And you end up with a pipe in that nature. Now, there's a slight problem with this, because if you look at it, you can see it's not really perfect, look. It's a bit bulgous in places, and also what you get sometimes when you're trying to fill it in is that you'll get it overflowing. Now, I don't know if there's any on here, but the sizes are quite critical. So you get a situation where you get bits of solid material coming in between, and it gets a bit awkward and a bit of a nightmare. So I much prefer a much easier way of doing it, which I will show you now. And that is basically creating a shape like this. Okay. Now you can see what we've got there is a square bit on the bottom, if you like, and then a nice curvy bit there. I'm not going to show you how to do curves. I'm sure you all know how to do them. And then I'll go into, where's it gone? That one. So if I go back to that one, you can see how less steps are. So there's our design. Oops. We use the revolve command on that to create that shape. We then put our sketch in, which is our line. We then use the pattern tool to pattern it. I'll show you that works now if we edit the pattern tool. So you can see with the pattern tool, it's quite straightforward to do. I'll just go back one to there. So if I was to pattern that on, come up here a bit there. So we got that. So really it's purely pattern. Select the pattern. You've got the bodies there. You've got the path you're going to take, because it's not rectangle or circular. Hit the path, select the path, and then just extend it up to the end. Now it goes funny here, so you go down your orientation identical and switch that to path direction, and then just add them in. Like so. And there's your finished job. I needed to add another one in there, not enough, look. Let's add another one in. So just go back to there and fill that gap up. Now, although it's not the screw type shape on the bulge, if you're printing this for 00 gauge, the diameter of this is only, the total diameter is only going to be 1 or 1.5 millimeters. And therefore, all you want is the impression of a ribbed pipe. No one's going to notice whether it's ribbed like this or whether it's helical. Most people might not even see the ribbing when you're sort of 2 feet away. So my preferred method is this method rather than the other one. But the other one I thought I'd show you to show how you can use the surface sweep command when you want to sweep something around a curve that you can't do with the normal one, by making that helical template, if you like. Because to draw that template in the main solid drawing box, I can't work out how to do.